I was never the type to believe in ghosts. Not really. I grew up hearing stories, sure. The kind your relatives whisper at 2 a.m. during family gatherings. But belief? No. I needed proof. And life, unfortunately, has a way of giving you exactly the proof you never wanted. Everything began the night I agreed to house sit for my aunt. She had gone on a long vacation and asked if I could stay in her place for 3 weeks. Her house was old. The kind of old that creaks when no one is moving, breathes when no one is home, and remembers stories you never heard. Still, I wasn't scared. It was free lodging, quiet, peaceful, or so I thought. The first 2 nights were uneventful. I slept in the master bedroom, cooked breakfast, watched TV, watered the plants. Simple, quiet living. It was the 3rd night when things began. I was in bed, scrolling through my phone when I heard knocking. 3 slow knocks, not on the front door, not on the bedroom door, but on the wall beside me. At first I thought it was the pipes. Old houses have weird sounds, so I ignored it, until the knocking happened again. But this time, it came from inside the guest room. The guest room on the other side of the wall. The room my aunt specifically told me, don't sleep in there. Don't open it, just leave it alone. I sat up, listened. Everything went still. Minutes passed, silence. I forced myself to sleep. But around 2:47 a.m., something woke me up. A soft dragging sound across the floorboards. Like someone pulling their feet, or something heavy, just outside my door. I held my breath, the sound grew louder, then stopped. I waited for footsteps, for a shadow, for anything. But nothing came. Morning arrived, and I convinced myself again, probably the house settling. But that afternoon, curiosity got the better of me. I checked the guest room door. It was locked. Not with a lock from the outside, but with a lock on the inside, as if something was meant to stay in, not out. That night, I slept with a light on. At around 1:30 a.m., a loud bang woke me, like something falling inside the guest room. I froze, then I heard it. A voice, soft, fragile. A woman's voice, crying, not screaming, not calling for help, just crying, quiet, hopeless sobbing. I pressed my ear to the wall, and she whispered, "Why did you come back?" My body turned cold. I stumbled away from the wall, heart pounding like a drum inside my chest. I didn't sleep. In the morning, I called my aunt. "Auntie, what's inside the guest room?" She was silent, too silent. Then she said, "Please tell me you didn't open it." "I didn't," I answered, "but someone is inside." She exhaled shakily. "I should have told you before, but I didn't want to scare you." That's never a good sentence. She continued, "That room belonged to someone we took in a long time ago. A woman, she needed help. We tried to give her a safe place, but she didn't make it." I felt my stomach twist. "She died in that room," my aunt whispered. "But she never truly left." I didn't want to hear more, but my aunt ended the call with one final warning. "If she speaks to you, don't answer." That night, I couldn't help it. I stayed awake, listening. At 3:12 a.m., the crying started again. Louder this time, closer. Then, a knock. Slow, deliberate. This time, not on the wall, but directly, on my bedroom door. Knock, knock, knock. I gripped the blanket, too terrified to move or breathe. Then I heard the doorknob turn, slowly, gently. Someone was trying to come in. I stared at the door, waiting for it to open. But it didn't. Instead, a voice seeped through the crack at the bottom. "Please, don't leave me alone." My eyes filled with tears. Not because I wasn't scared, I was terrified. But her voice, it wasn't angry. It wasn't evil, it was lonely. Heartbreakingly lonely, I whispered before I could stop myself. "I'm here." The moment the words left my mouth, the temperature dropped. The light flickered. The crying stopped. Then a soft whisper replied, "Thank you," and footsteps walked away. The next morning, I found the guest room door slightly open, just an inch, enough to see darkness inside, and the faint outline of a woman sitting on the bed, head bowed. I closed the door immediately. I should have left the house that day, but I didn't. I stayed. And that night, she came again. Not crying, not knocking. She stood beside my bed. Her outline was faint, almost transparent. A woman in a long dress, hair covering her face. I forced myself to speak. "What do you want from me?" She lifted her head slowly, and even though I couldn't see her eyes, I knew she was looking at me. Then she said something that made every hair on my body stand. "You slept in my room." My blood ran cold. "No, I didn't," I whispered. "Yes," she said, stepping closer. "You did before. long before this house was yours." My heart stopped. She wasn't talking to me. She was talking to someone else. Someone who lived here before my aunt. Someone she was still looking for. "I thought you came back," she said. "I've been waiting." I shook my head, trembling. "I'm not him." She stared at me for a long moment. Then something changed. Her expression softened, and she whispered, "Then you should go before he does." I didn't understand. Before who does? She vanished before answering. The next day, I told my aunt everything. She didn't seem surprised. She only said, "That room was never haunted by one spirit, but two." I left the house that afternoon and never stayed a single night again. But sometimes, when I'm half asleep, I still hear it. A knock, soft, slow, familiar, and a woman's voice whispering, "Please, don't leave me alone." I never answer, because I know now I wasn't the one she was waiting for, and I never want to meet the one who is.